Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Drive. Come in for a safe landing in Helsinki. They asked, how was your flight? Well, I didn't get killed. I arrived alive. There was no plane crash. That's how the flight was. I didn't get. Okay. So, great to be back here in Helsinki. It should not be hell sinking. It should be Vaikuntha rising, not hell sinking. So, thought I would speak tonight from one of the greatest books in the history of the universe. It's called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 3, text 21, one of the famous verses. 321, Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. 21. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Yajaratarasi Shrestha Tattadevi Tarojana Sayat Pramanam Kurute Lokastad Anavartate Yajaratarati Shrestha Tattadevi Tarojana Sayat Pramanam Kurute Lokastadanuvartate. Yad yadatavasistas. Tattadevitaro jana. Sayat pramanam kurute. Lokastadanuvartate.
Yad yad acharati srestas.
Yad yadatavasistas.
Tat tat eve tarojana.
Tadadevitaro.
Sayat pramanam kurute.
Sayat pramanam kurute.
Lokastat anuvartate.
Lokastadanuvartate.
Yad yad acharati srestas.
Tattadevitaro. Sayat pramanam kurute. Lokastadanuvartate.
Yad yad acharita srestas.
Yad yadatavasistas.
Tat tat eva tarojana.
Tattadevitaro.
Sayat pramanam kurute.
Sayat pramanam kurute.
Lokastat anuvartate.
Lokastadanuvartate. Ladies,
Yad yad acharati srestas.
yad yadatavasistas.
Tat tat arvataro jana.
Tattadevitaro.
Sayat pramanam kurute.
Pramanam kurute.
Lokastad anuvartate.
Lokastadanuvartate. Yat yat. Whatever. Acharati. He does. Shrestha. A respectable leader. Tat. That. Tat. And that alone. Eva. Certainly. Itara. Common. Jana. Person. Sah. He. Yat. Whichever. Pramanam. Example. Kudute. Does perform. Loka. All the world. Tat. That. Anuvartate. Follows in the footsteps. Are we doing a translation or not, or is English only?
English.
English? Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standard he sets by exemplary acts, the whole world pursues. Purport. People in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. A leader cannot teach the public to stop smoking if he himself smokes. Lord Chaitanya said that a teacher should behave properly before he begins teaching. One who teaches in that way is called acharya, or the ideal teacher. Therefore, a teacher must follow the principles of the Shastra scripture to teach the common man. The teacher cannot manufacture rules against the principles of revealed scriptures. The revealed scriptures like Manu Samhita and similar others are considered the standard books to be followed by human society. Thus, the leader's teaching should be based on the principles of such standard shastras. One who desires to improve himself must follow the standard rules as they are practiced by the great teachers. The Srimad Bhagavatam also affirms that one should follow in the footsteps of great devotees, and that is the way of progress on the path of spiritual realization. The king is the executive head of a state. The father and the school teacher are all considered to be natural leaders of the innocent people in general. All such natural leaders have a great responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be conversant with standard books of moral and spiritual codes. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatan Barakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunatan Vidan Tam Sujiva Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Saritam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Kacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pascharyanishatarine. So, we have a natural inclination to want to follow a leader. Everybody wants a leader. Looks like during the hippie era, they manufactured Bob Dylan to be the leader. And he couldn't really do it, but they thought he was the leader. He felt really weird trying to be in that position. They treated him like that. But they have this natural tendency. I want a leader. So the difficulty is we don't have such leaders in the world. We have a world full of so-called leaders who are nothing but cheaters, and therefore the whole world situation is running amok. It's going crazy in this place. Okay. Like there's a word in English, loco means crazy, loco. So we have loco, loca. Bunch of crazies running around like their heads chopped off. You see, that's the present day situation. It's sad but true. Actually, the thing is going down, down, down. They're becoming more weird, more crazy day after day after day because of a lack of proper leadership. Therefore, we cannot measure how unlimitedly fortunate we are, how unlimitedly fortunate we are to have His divine grace Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajakacarja Astatarisadhashi Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tidadi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada to lead the whole world. When I say the world, I mean not only this planet, the whole multi-universes actually, the whole material existence. We have a powerful Acharya who can deliver every single living throughout the whole material existence back to home, back to God. Why do we say back to home? Because this is not our home. We think this is our home, but no. You've seen a popular song, that Homeward Bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Popular song, the 60s. But actually, we all have that desire to want to go home. It's there within us. I want to go home. I lost in the forest of material existence. I want to go home. I want to go home. Everybody has this in their heart. Every single living entity in the entire material existence has sleeping in their heart that desire. I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm lost in the forest of illusion. I need somebody to guide me how to get into this hellish, nightmarish, confused situation. So that leader is the bona fide spiritual master. And we offer our respectful obeisance. What does that prove? Samsaradava nalalira loka Chanayakar yunya gana ganatvam praptasya kalyana gunana vasya Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. The spiritual master received benedictions from the ocean of mercy. He's receiving benedictions from that ocean of mercy. And just as the cloud pours water on the forest fire to extinguish it, so the spiritual master delivers the materially afflicted world by extinguishing the blazing forest fire of material existence. I offer my respectful acknowledgement of such a spiritual master, his lotus feet of such a spiritual master who is an ocean of transcendental qualities. So we have a wonderful situation here. Sometimes we may think that Prabhupada is dead and gone, but that's Maya. Prabhupada is not dead and gone. Prabhupada is right here with us every day. I tell many people, you got to read Prabhupada's books every day. And they say, well, I don't have time to read. I've got to do this. I don't have time to... Well, that's nonsense. Do you have time to brush your teeth? Do you have time to brush your teeth? You can read at least 1 or 2 pages a day of every Prabhupada's books. When you open a Prabhupada's book, you're actually having your own private darshan, you and Srila Prabhupada. Can you imagine you and Prabhupada all alone? Because I had my mama give me my Brahman food. Talk about ecstasy. Just me alone, Prabhupada in a room. Give me the thread, the Brahman Gayatri mantra. But we can have our own personal private darshan, just me and Srila Prabhupada, every time you open the book. So there's an old saying we have in America, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. In other words, you have a great opportunity, don't blow it. Take advantage. If you have a golden opportunity, take it. So we have this opportunity. What is that rare opportunity? Human birth. Do you know how many lifetimes you've been through in the lower species? As a plant, as a germ, as a worm, as a fish, as a bird. Do you know, can you remember it? Thank God we can't remember it. We're going through millions and millions of life forms, up and down, round and around, and not so merry-go-around. Not so merry. Suffering like anything to the 8,400,000 species. Now a very, 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 very rare opportunity we have is called human birth. That's why the Vedas say, Tato Brahma Jigyasa. Now you got a human birth, utilize it for self-realization. If you don't do it, you're the biggest idiot. If we don't utilize this human life for self-realization, we're the most unbelievably idiotic morons you could ever imagine. It's like you're a pauper wandering the street, and then you find a gold brick worth of millions of dollars, and you leave it sitting there. You don't grab it. We have the most unbelievable opportunity to take advantage of the mercy of this great Acharya, as divine great Srila Prabhupada, to become enlightened, to become liberated. This is an amazing thing. I've been thinking about it. We have studies here in the Prabhupada's books. And Chaitanya Charanamrita, there's 5 kinds of liberation: Suyuja, Samipya, Sharshti, Shaloka, and Sarupya. Suyuja, we don't care for that. That's the Mayavadis, merging. But there's Samipya, being associated with the Lord, Sharshti, the opulences of the Lord, Saloka, living in the same planet of the Lord, and the Sarupya, a form similar to the Lord's form. Of course, these desires are favorable. The last 4 are favorable for devotional service. Like Siloka means I want to go back to Godhead. I want to live on the same planet as the Lord. But actually a devotee is beyond all of these. A devotee is he's on, one who takes up the preaching mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the orders of Srila Prabhupada. He's already beyond liberation. He or she is already beyond liberation. In other words, back to Godhead, who needs it? I'm tasting so much nectar as a preacher in this material world. I don't even need back to Godhead. To be a preacher here in this material world trying to save the fallen souls is better than liberation. You see, that's the amazing mystical potency of taking up, embracing the preaching mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You're already beyond liberation. Can you imagine? Being beyond liberation. by embracing this teaching mission. Jare dekata dekaha, Krishna Upadesh Samara Garya Guru Haryatara Deshes. I got to share with you one thing that's been really inspiring me for a long time. I got to share a little from my trip. Just got back from the Holy Dawn. I've been hearing again and again a beautiful bhajan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Maybe you're familiar with it. Bodhasukar kambar gahe, bodhasukar kabar gahe. Sudabhi kunjete namer hat kuleiche kodanitai, kodanitai. Listen, I have very good news to tell you. Lord Nityananda has opened a marketplace of a holy name in a place called Surabi Kunj. How many of you have seen that place, Surabi Kunj? All right. All right. You can tune in what I'm talking about. It's amazing, amazing bhajan. He said, we're all like, we're a bunch of Namaparatis, and we fall out, we're chanting, we're spaced out, and we fall asleep chanting around. We're thinking, chanting japa like the radar japa, Hare Krishna. We're all Namaparatis. It's embarrassing, what kind of Namaparatis, offenders against the name, We have monkey mind thinking about this, thinking about jumping. So, but there's a special thing Lord Nityananda is making available. It's called Shudanam, available at a wholesale price. And Bhaktivinoda is being very kind upon us because we're not very qualified. You see, Bhaktivinoda is, come with me, I will take you to that Namahat. There's a huge queue of people trying to get in. Like today in immigration, there's a huge queue to try to get through passport control. A big queue, like 500 people, a big, huge queue. So there's a huge queue of people wanting to get into the Namahat. But you get special access from Bhaktivinoda Thakur through Prabhupada, of course. Bhaktivinoda gets special access. So he'll take you to meet Lord Nityananda. And Lord Nityananda, usually it's like in India you can do that, not so much in the West. You can actually bargain with the merchant for a price. Like there was somebody in Mayapur in the old days who had in the early days, had a big thing of vegetables, and Prabhupada bargained with them and got the lower price by bargaining, you see. So in India, you can still bargain. In the villages anyway, you can bargain, haggle with the rickshaw wala, 100 rupees, no, 50 rupees, no, 60 rupees, back and forth. So Lord Nityananda, he's like that. You can bargain with him. But the amazing thing is, he checks you out. Let me check out as a devotee. You see, what they say, the face of the index of the mind. If you're actually Krishna, you can somebody's face and see where they're at spiritually. Just by looking at their face, you can read their mind. You see. So Bhaktivinoda, or Lord Nityananda, he checks you out to see where you're at spiritually. And he gives you a price accordingly. If you have little faith, you got to pay a high price. A lot of faith, a cheap price. So you want to go with as much, when you go to that Nama, you want to come with as much faith as you can possibly muster. Got to muster up as much faith as I can possibly muster, because then Lord Nityananda makes a cheaper price, you see. And Bhakti gets a commission also for being the broker. And then there's a special thing that will give you really, really special mercy. If you can have a tear from your eye, telling the name Gora, 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 and tears come from your eye, you get a really special good deal from Lord Nityananda. So in this way, you see. So you say, well, and I went to Saram, I rolled in the dirt there. I have to admit, I couldn't resist. I rolled in the dirt. I rolled over and over in that dirt at Saram because I have to do this. It's a special lot. Once in a lifetime, I'm going to roll in this dirt, and I rolled in that dirt at Saram because I know this. It's so amazing thing. This marketplace of a holy name. You say, well, it's too late. I hear him in Helsinki. It was 500 years ago. I have no. But you know what? That's not true. That marketplace is still available right now, even here in Helsinki. It's got to go deep within, you see. That marketplace is right here, right now. It's mystical, actually. And Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada is there. Bhaktivinoda is there. By the mercy of Prabhupada, you get connected with Bhaktivinoda. Right now, within your very heart, you can go to the marketplace right now within your heart. You go to that marketplace and get the Shudanam. So let us always be in that mood of begging Lord Nityananda, please, Lord Nityananda, Please, my dear Natai, please, 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 bless me with Shuddhanam. Please, bless me with Shuddhanam. And I got a wonderful personal order from Prabhupada. He said, now just qualify yourself to see Krishna face to face. Wow. I can see you face to face. Imagine seeing the Krishna face to face. What's the qualification? Shuddhanam. And who gives it to you? Lord Nityananda. So there's all kinds of things connected. There's a whole network we're plugging into here. You're not alone in this process. There's a whole network of great Vaishnava acharyas who will actually are on your side. How many incarnations? There's a whole network that you plug into. You see. The whole network you can plug into. So we have to study these books. We have to hear from realized devotees. In this way, we can learn how to plug into this network that will liberate us from the modes of material nature. Actually bring us beyond liberation, if you can imagine that, you see. Because you're actually Krishna conscious. You're already as good as back to home, back to God. Even sitting in this rotting material body, you're already as good as back to home, back to God. And you don't need to wait for death. You're already as good as back to home, back to God, right here, right now. You understand? That's the potency. There's a special technique for getting there. It's a special insider secret how to get there. You know that secret? The special mantra that gets you there immediately. When does it go? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is the Maha Mantra. There's so many, there's millions of mantras. This is the Maha Mantra. You can say the Maha Mantra. This is the ultimate mantra of all the mantras in the Vedas, you see. And Lord Chaitanya is distributing it liberally. Very liberally distributing it. And Prabhupada has spread it all over the world. And now it's our duty to take it to the next step. And that is to convince every man, woman, and child throughout the entire planet, even the low material existence, to chant these names with feeling. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And now it's very, very urgent situation. If you were brave enough to check out the news lately, you can see it's a very perilous situation right now. The world situation is moving in the direction of total collapse right now. The whole civilization is moving towards humongous world war, even nuclear war. We're really heading a very, very dangerous path right now. These rascal leaders don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just they're gratifying their own egos, so their own sense gratification. So my vision based on Prabhupada's teachings is we're heading towards total collapse right now of the world civilization. And there's only one thing that can save it, and that's Krishna consciousness. So this verse talks about the leaders. It's up to us to become the leaders now. You see. Prabhupada wants us to become leaders, actually. He wants us to become leaders. I read an amazing thing the other day in Prabhupada's books, really amazing thing. Wow, this is really amazing. Prabhupada, anybody who chants 16 rounds a day, follows the 4 regular principles and preaches, he is the guru of the whole world. He's the spiritual master of the whole world. So that's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you, each of you, to be the spiritual master of the whole world by chanting 16 rounds, following the principles and preaching. And you're the spiritual. Doesn't matter, man, woman, old, young, even a kid. And even it does this as a spiritual master for the whole world. Can you imagine? You can be the spiritual master for the whole world. 16 rounds, 4 regular principles and preaching. That's all you got to do. And then you say preach. Well, it does. Even if you're just preaching in your family, to your wife, your kids, your husband, to your neighbors, wherever you are, preach. Even if you don't have, you have no facility, preach to wherever you have facility and preach. And you're not alone sitting in the forest. You are associating with other people. So every opportunity, preach. Actually, we've declared war against this. We have declared war against the material energy. And, well, this is our war paint. It's our war paint. Why do you wear tilak? I'm a warrior, and I've declared war against the material world. This is my war paint. Yeah. So tilak are us, they sometimes say. We are tilak. We're the tilak men and women declaring war against the material nature. Our goal is to pull off a spiritual revolution on this planet, to make Krishna the center. We want to make this egocentric, sense gratification centered world a Krishna centered world. Let's see. We want to see the President of the United States having Mangalarti in the White House every morning. You see. And kirtan every day in the White House, and your government here also. We want all the government leaders to be devotees of Krishna. That's our goal. Every government leader, Russia, China, U.S., Finland, everywhere. Every government leader should be a pure devotee of Krishna, and that's our goal. You see. So we got a lot of work to do. They say, roll up your sleeves and get to work. Got a lot. Yours is too short to roll up. Better roll up, as they say, roll up your sleeves and get to work. We got a lot of work to do to make Krishna the center. So we got to work as a team. The trouble is there's too much fighting within ISKCON. I mean, we're too much jockeying for positions within ISKCON. I'm going to be this. I even saw one. I attended the spiritual leadership seminar in Mayapur, and one of the members who was not a JBC, I could see he's trying to jockey for position and move up the ladder, the corporate ladder. It's ridiculous. Trying to jockey for position, move up if I want to be a JBC, move up the corporate ladder. It's ridiculous. You don't have to be you don't require any position to become a powerful spiritual leader. You see. Doesn't matter, man, woman, old, young, white, black, Indian, American, Finnish. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be a powerful spiritual leader for turning world history right side up just by embracing this process very seriously. You can be a powerful leader who can revolutionize the whole world just by taking this process seriously. My duty is to serve the order of my spiritual master. Prabhupada told us in Los Angeles in 1973, become guru and deliver the world. That's an order he gave everybody in the temple room. Men, women, and kids. Sannyasis, grahasas, brahmacharis, everybody become guru and deliver the world. Do you think that was only for the devotees in the temple room, not for us? That orders are you, and each and every, we become guru and deliver the world. Some devotees say, what service I can do? I say, well, deliver the world. Here's your duty. Go out and deliver the world. You see. We have to have that revolutionary mood. Otherwise, what is it called? Kanishta Adhikari. Just chanting for my own liberation. It's better than nothing, but no, Bikoshtianandi. Or what is that? Madhyamadhikari. Be in that mood of a preacher on a mission to save the world. Every devotee of ISKCON should take a mission. My duty is to deliver the whole world. My mission. I'm a missionary on behalf of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada and my spiritual master to deliver this world. So, my dear Prabhus and Madhavjis, I can guarantee you this. If you will take this seriously, your life will be sublime. Every day the most exciting, adventurous day of your whole life. And every day will get better. Can you imagine? Every day gets better. Even though your body is going down, I can tell you, a 78-year-old body, they really get kind of rickety after a while. This goes wrong, that goes on, the whole bit. They say, how are you doing? Well, I give you a big list of one thing going on in my body. You have a big huge list, boom, 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 boom. This is going on, that's going on. But, so the body is going down the hill. You can't, that's the nature of the material realm. But one thing is, you're Krishna conscious, you'll naturally become more healthy. That's inside the secret. By Krishna consciousness, because your mind is healthy, your body will also, the mental state affects your health. So you can actually be more healthy and live longer by being Krishna conscious. But in spite of that, even Prabhupada left the body. So in spite of that, body is going, but your consciousness is going up. Every day, you're getting close. Krishna is Navayovanam. He's always a 16-year-old youth. And actually, you are also. Your spiritual identity is you're the prime age of 16. Sweet 16 was a popular song of the Sweet 16. 16 is considered the prime age. You see, you're grown up, but you're not getting old yet. you're beyond the adult now, you're grown up, you're a youth, and you're not getting, that's the prime age, 16, if that is downhill. So you're an eternal 16-year-old in your spiritual identity. And the more you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, the more that becomes manifested. You see. That's why Prabhupada could have the most youthful demeanor, the most energetic youthful demeanor is an old man with so many difficulties of the body. So do yourself a favor, don't just go down the tubes, as they say, into old age, disease, and death. Now you conquer over death, you see. Krishna Yanas means deathlessness. Now you conquer over death. Of course, on the other side of the coin, it's very sad now. Many God brothers of mine are leaving. Almost every week somebody leaves. If you checked out the ISKCON news. I was sitting with Bhadri and Ryan the other day in our temple in Vrindavan. We were sitting there. It was so nice sitting with Bhadri and Ryan Maharaj, my former temple president when I was in San Diego. Oh, Maharaj, I'm so blessed by your Sangha. He said, where's your wife? Oh, she's around here somewhere. And then a couple of days later, gone, finished. He was the serving went out, and he was all alone in his room, and he left the body. In the Buddha and Ranadesh also, he was in alone in his room, he left the body. So we're moving into another phase of ISKCON, you see. The first phase was Prabhupada's presence. Second phase, the Prabhupada disciples are present. But it's kind of scary and sad. We're moving in a direction now. One day there'll be only one Prabhupada disciple left, and he'll be finished. There'll be no Prabhupada disciples left on this planet, you see. So it's up to you all to get ready to become the leaders of our movement, you see. Because all us leaders, gurus, GBC, sannyasis, etc., the Prabhupada disciples, we're getting ready to check out of the hotel. So you got to become fully qualified by your purity, by your sincerity, by your eagerness to take up the reins of leading this movement. It's a fact. As we all pass away, the mantle is passing to you all. You become the leaders of this movement and lead the whole world of chaos, you see. So it's a great opportunity now, a golden opportunity to become recognized by Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya by embracing the responsibility to become a world deliverer, you see. Anyway, I've been rambling on quite a while. Is there any questions? Any arguments? If I spoke anything bogus, I went the other day in Vrindavan, one God brother, in protest at my horrible class, he walked out. So if you have any complaints, don't walk out, just let me know what's wrong. I love negative feedback. Yes.
You mentioned that the devotees should become the leaders of the world.
We already are, but we don't not take. Prabhupada already gave us that position, but we're not taking it. We're not fully manifest. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was just wondering what's your opinion, because leaders should have a certain type of skills to guide like a big societies, big masses of people.
There's Kshatriya leadership, Rabbinical leadership. There's I'm not talking about managerial skills. That is a certain type of mentality, but the higher form is pure preaching. That goes beyond managerial skills. You understand? The Brahman, Kshatriyas. Managerial skills doesn't level Kshatriyas, but powerful preaching that inspires the managers to do first-class management, that's the Brahminical level. So you may have you might have Kshatriya quality, but it's okay. Be a good Upaka Brahmana, that's good. Be a Upaka Brahmana. And that will inspire those devotees who have leadership tendencies to do it perfectly. Now, you may have that tendency. I don't have a tendency to be a manager. I have zero management. It's not my tendency to be a manager. I feel sorry for the GBCs, actually. And it's not my nature to be a leader, manager. But Prabhupada ordered us to become spiritual leaders, to preach purely and set the example for the world on how to be successful in human life. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anything else? Any arguments, corrections? Yeah, negative feedback, whatever. Let me hear it.
In purport, Srila Prabhupada described generally by position like king, spiritual master or teacher, and some another person. It's naturally leaders. And Srila Prabhupada told they should know very nice shastras and different scriptures.
My hearing is not so good. What did he say? My hearing is deficient. Can somebody come here and tell me about my ear? Yeah, okay, good. My hearing, I have damaged ears from when I was a kid.
In purport, Srila Prabhupada described king, teacher, and spiritual master is natural position of leader. And qualification, he should know very nice.
There's spiritual, there's managerial leadership and also spiritual. See, there's so many managers out there who can organize this and that, but the real thing is who preaches purely. He inspires everybody to do their service for Krishna. Whether you're a cook or a manager or a taxi driver or whatever, the pure preacher inspires everybody to do their service for Krishna, not for sense gratification.
Yeah. It's last verse in purport. So it's last sentence in purport, what you read.
Okay, let's look at the purport. You want to show me? Yeah. Okay.
The king.
Okay, the king, and the executive head of a state, the father, and the school teacher are all natural, said to be natural leaders of innocent people in general. Yeah. Just like recently, in the U.S., one gentleman who's very good at lying, he be elected the president. So now people think, well, if he can become successful by lying, then I can also become an expert liar and become successful, for example. So if we have leaders who are by using that influences everybody to become cheaters. If the leader himself, by lying, he became a powerful leader, then everybody wants to become more expert lying, for example. That up a little bit? So we want to show we need devotees who can actually emerge as powerful leaders by virtue of divine qualities, not by managerial tricks or power politics. We need leaders who can manifest themselves by pure qualities and not by managerial tricks, political expertise. We don't need that kind of leaders who are good at political expertise. We need leaders who are pure qualities, who chant purely, who have no material motives. They just want to have no motive. Their only desire is to please Guru and Krishna in all time, places, and circumstances, with every thought, word, and deed. That's the kind of leadership that we need. Not somebody who's expert at moving up the corporate ladder by power politics. That help a little bit? Further questions? I'm ready. Challenges, negative feedback, whatever, throw it at me, I'm ready. So we really have a big responsibility. The world civilization is on the verge of total collapse right now. So we have a great opportunity also, a golden opportunity to become manifested now as the leaders of the world. Our movement should come to that position of being the leaders of this whole planet to inspire the political leaders, presidents, prime ministers, whatever you want to call them, kings, queens, or whatever. We should come to the forefront now that the whole world, all the leaders of the world come to ISKCON to see how can I run my country in a way that will please Krishna, you see. How can I run Finland in such a way? You have a prime minister here. The prime minister should be coming here. How can I run Finland in a way that will please Krishna? That we have to come to that level. For all the leaders are coming to ISKCON devotees, how can I run my country in a way that pleases Krishna? Then the whole planet become a Vaikuntha planet. The whole planet will be as good as a Vaikuntha planet. Don't we want to bring out Vedic culture? It's predicted it's going to happen, actually. The Chaitanya era is predicted. It's a 10,000 year period when the whole world becomes Krishna conscious. So we're sitting at a very, if it's saying in America, sitting pretty, he's sitting pretty, it means a golden opportunity. We have a golden opportunity now to lead the world out of chaos. It's a very golden opportunity. It's particularly it's going to happen now. Who's going to do it? It's going to be me or you. Who's going to actually take this opportunity to become powerful leaders on this planet? You see, by pure preaching, by pure practice. So the golden opportunity, somebody's going to do it because particularly it's going to happen. I remember one day my wife and I were heading on a world preaching tour, sitting there at the Austin airport, our home base, getting ready to board a flight for London, straight Austin to London, direct flight. You're sitting there, there's the last gate, way at the far end of the terminal, the very last gate, sitting there, and I was thinking, wow, this is pretty amazing. It's predicted the whole world has become Krishna conscious. The golden year is predicted. And I realized those devotees then who dedicate their life for preaching this movement, they would go down in history as the savers of the world. You see. We're not interested in glory or being famous. It's going to happen naturally. Those devotees who dedicate their lives fully for preaching Krishna consciousness, they would go down in history as the world's saviors. So, what can I say? It's a great opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada and give pleasure to Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas. Pleasing Prabhupada means pleasing Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Thakur. You get to please all these acharyas, Narada Muni, Brahmaji, all. This is an amazing process. You see, if you chant sincerely, you're praising your own spiritual master, you're praising Srila Prabhupada, you're praising Bhakti Siddhanta all the way up, and then the mercy comes flowing down. Krishna, Brahmaji, Narada, Vyasadeva, Madhvacharya, and it comes flowing down. They combine potency of all these acharyas coming out raining upon your head. You can imagine sitting there alone in your room chanting your japa, you're reciprocating with the whole disciplic succession. Can you imagine? Just by in your bead bag, you have the way to get the association of blessings of the entire what is it? How do you say it? Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Can you imagine what's right there in your bead bag? If your beads, even without your beads, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. It's available, just take it. You have the greatest opportunity in millions and millions of births. Connect with all these great acharyas, connect with the Supreme Lord, the source of all existence. So if there's nothing else, we can call it quits. It's almost an hour. Anything else? What about the ladies? Anybody sleep on the other? Anybody ask questions? Nobody?
I would have to ask something.
Okay.
I have had no clue who you are, respectfully. I'm here regularly, but I would like to hear about your experience with. I'm very intrigued to hear about while you were at the very beginning with Srila Prabhupada. If it's possible to hear some
Prabhupada experiences?
Yes, when you were in that. If it's possible, I mean, I'm just humbly asking.
Yeah, I was not one of the early ones who got Prabhupada's Content Association. I came later on in 71. I joined a little late. But I do have some very special, I have just very little association, but the advantage is I treasure it unlimitedly. Some devotees have millions of associations with Prabhupada. I just had a few, but they're very special to me. Very, very, they're really, actually you can read my book, The Divine Love Memoir, available on Amazon, Divine Love Memoir. And it tells in detail, but I'll give you a few highlights. I was in what's called the hippie movement, and there was a certain part of the hippie movement which is wanted to make a spiritual revolution on the planet Earth. You know, spirit. Some of them are talking about spiritual revolution. I was in that part of the hippie movement to pull off a global spiritual revolution. So I came to the movement with that movement, got to revolutionize the world. You know, and so when I got initiated, I wrote Prabhupada, I want to spread this movement. I had that desire, and Prabhupada was so pleased. He wrote me back and said, I see you're a very sincere and enthusiastic boy. eager to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. He said, I can never forget this. He said, now continue enthusiastically as you are doing, and surely Krishna will bless you. Now I ask you, my dear lady, do you think Prabhupada is dead and gone, or he's still living right now in the form of that instruction?
Yes,
Actually, Prabhupada is here with me right now. Give me that order right now as I'm speaking to you. He's not dead and gone. Prabhupada is with me right here, right now. Give me that instruction. And therefore, I'm very enthusiastic to give this lecture, because I know Krishna is right here. Actually, Krishna is right here. Actually, he's right here in this room right now. But Radharani is here, the flute, the whole thing. He's right here in this room right now. Not in the imagination, but factually, Krishna is here right now in this room. And Prabhupada is also here. And I know that being enthusiastic to try to push toward this movement, that Krishna is blessing me. By the mercy of Prabhupada, Krishna is blessing me. So that's one thing I will hold on to. Because continue enthusiastic things you're doing, and surely Krishna will bless you. Another wonderful thing is, I experience how Prabhupada takes every single devotee to be the most dear person. It's amazing. When I joined, there was maybe 5,000 devotees, but Prabhupada dealt with everybody in such a wonderful way. I'll give you a story about what happened. Okay. I was in Los Angeles. I just seen Prabhupada the first time to the Ratha Yatra festival in San Francisco. We came down to Los Angeles. Prabhupada go on the famous morning walks, right? And he'd come back to the temple in the car, and he'd get dropped off at the curb. Then he walked down the sidewalk. His quarters were over here on the side of the building up some stairs. So he'd walk down the sidewalk like this, go over here in front of the building, and then come up the stairs. So as he'd come down this line here, we'd all line up, all the man, women, and kids, we'd line up, we'd all have a flower in our hands, and Prabhupada came with a basket of flowers. Then you had your own moment, you and Prabhupada face to face, for that 1 or 2 seconds that you and Prabhupada, you're giving him a flower, he's giving you a flower. You had your own one-on-one, maybe I'm talking too fast. You had your own one-on-one experience with you and Srila Prabhupada. So I had my flower. Wow, the flower in Prabhupada's hand. Oh, the flower from Prabhupada. It was so thrilling, you can't imagine. Like, Prabhupada, hand me this flower. And I have this flower in my hand. It's like unbelievable ecstasy, like being in Krishna Loka, like being in Krishna Loka for a minute. I have a flower. Oh, the flower. So anyway, Prabhupada goes on down the line. And then I'm thinking, to be there with Prabhupada, I explain it like this. By taking, just like I'm seeing you, but seeing Prabhupada, I call it drinking Prabhupada into your heart through your eyes. Like that. So anyway, Prabhupada comes on down the line, and I thought, let me have another darshan as Prabhupada, so I can drink him a little deeper into my heart, you see. So I'm standing on the steps here in front of the temple building. The line is now finished, and Prabhupada's walking by to go to his room. And he sees this young bhakta. I wasn't even initiated. With brahmacharya. He sees me standing there on the steps looking at him. He looks up at me. And he was thinking, I wonder if he got a flower or not yet. I wonder if he got a flower or not yet. So he held up a flower. Did you get one yet? Just body language, not a word, but just holding it. And I yelled, yes, Prabhupada, I have a flower. So it was amazing, you see. I was not even initiated. I wasn't a sannyasi. I had no position at all. Just some crazy bhakta from Texas. And he wanted to make sure I got the flower. And there's maybe 100 devotees there. He wanted to make sure that guy got the flower. That was Prabhupada's quality. And I'll give you another example, even more powerful. Now, one day I was there in Austin with the famous Vishnujana Swami. So I asked Vishnujana Swami a question. He said, I don't know. Why don't you write Prabhupada? Oh, I can write Prabhupada? So I started writing Prabhupada letters and getting answers back. That's one thing I have a treasure. Many devotees didn't do that. I have about 7 or 8 letters from Prabhupada. So I have a special treasure, I have to admit. You can look in the database. I have about 7 or 8 lectures from Prabhupada. So it's a very special treasure, those letters that Prabhupada wrote me. So anyway, Then there was a new policy, there was thousands of devotees now, and there was no time to answer all these letters anywhere. Now only GBCs, sannyasis, temple presidents, nobody else can write. So that was a new policy. Now no more letters from the rank and file devotees. Only the big leaders can write. Oh, I was crushed. Oh, I can't write Prabhupada. I mean, I was crushed. I was crushed. I was crushed. I've been cut off. I can't write Prabhupada. I was crushed. So you know what I did? I cheated on the new policy. I wrote a letter. It didn't put my name on the return address, hoping to get through. And you know what he wrote me back? He said, he reminded me of the new policy, but he said, but, this is the real, but if there's any urgent matter, I'm always happy to hear from my beloved disciples. So I knew my access was always, whenever I wanted it, Prabhupada was available for me. Whenever I wanted, Prabhupada was available. I wasn't a sannyasi, temple president, not a big book distributor, nothing. I had no position at all. Just rank and file, cutting vegetables in the kitchen or whatever. I was a rank and filer with no position in this company, nothing. But Prabhupada was ready to help me personally whenever I wanted help. So that's another example of it. So I can never forget them. But I didn't write him anymore. I didn't need to. I knew I had connection. I had my own personal intimate connection with Prabhupada whenever I wanted it, but I didn't need it anymore. I didn't need it anymore. Because Prabhupada is actually personally present in every instruction of his books. But anyway, let's see what else there was. Oh yeah, I was just in Vrindavan, my beloved godbrother Shuta Kirti Prabhu. So in those days, the rank and filers would see, oh, this devotee is Prabhupada's personal servant. Boy, were we envious. He's living with Prabhupada 24 hours a day. And I mean, talk about envy, right? Wow. Actually, Shuta Kirti Prabhu was there in New Britain. I was actually there in 1972. There's a big festival. The Radha, what was it called? The Bhagavad Dharma Discourses. And we had Janmashtami and Vyas Puja. So Shuta Kirti Prabhu, he couldn't even attend the festival. And he was cooking prasadam over a wood fire in some shed away from the festival. He couldn't attend anything. He was just cooking the whole time. No association at all, but he was dedicatedly cooking for 500 devotees. He had to do the cooking. Couldn't even go to the festival at all. Zero. Couldn't you imagine that he was surrendered to it? He couldn't hear Prabhupada's lectures, nothing. He was just cooking, trying to squeeze us around them. And then one day, the Kirtana said, "Oh, you're going to be Prabhupada's personal servant now." And now I became Prabhupada's personal servant all of a sudden. So now he's traveling all over with Prabhupada. There's even a book called "What's the Difficulty?" Recommended reading. You can get it on it. You put it in your Kindle, put it in your smartphone. What's the Difficulty by Shuta Kirti. So anyway, I'm there in Atlanta. Prabhupada has come, and Shuta Kirti is there as personal servant. And I'd gotten zero association. Even the Mayapur festival, that was for the book distributors and leaders. I couldn't even go to the Mayapur festival. They would come, oh, it was so nice. We had Prabhupada. And I couldn't even go to the Mayapur festival. I had to stay back in Gainesville and do my service. And this is for year after year. I had to stay back. Anyway, now I have a rare chance to be with Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is giving a lecture, and remember Sankarshan is standing right here on his right side, about that far away from Prabhupada. And so I get as close as I could. I was like 12 inches away from his body, standing right there. And looked across his lap, and there was his servant, the object of envy, Shuta Kirti. He looked over at Shuta Kirti and he gave him the most beautiful, loving smile. Wow. It's happened right across Prabhupada's lap. It's whole Leela. And I went, I was, you could say zapped, or I saw that Prabhupada's mercy. Here's a person who's with Prabhupada 24 hours a day, and now he is like a mirror shining Prabhupada's mercy upon me. And it was like amazing. Of course, I got my Brahman thread there. I got to be alone with Prabhupada, my Brahman thread. But And I told Shuddhakirti, you're Prabhupada, you're a mirror for Prabhupada's mercy. I even gave him a gift of a fancy mirror. So now we're very close friends in Vrindavan, me and Shuddhakirti. He stays in Vrindavan, his headquarters, and we're very close friends now, me and Shuddhakirti. Because I told him, for me, you're Prabhupada's mirror. He still is. So anyway, that's another experience. Madhava Prabhupada's lap, sitting there, and Madhava his lap. This Leela with his servant, experiencing through the servant, I'm getting connection with him. So you don't have to get Prabhupada's association directly. You get through his disciples also, because they're like mirrors shining upon you the mercy of Prabhupada. So there's so many ways you get association. And we have a hand going up. He's just scratching his nose. That was you. But you're not, there's no question. He started going, like, maybe he has like, then he scratched his nose. So anything else? I'm all yours. I can sit here all night if you want. I have no time. Of course, you have a time limit. I don't. I got off the plane, wiped out, and take a long nap today. So I'm completely awake and alive. I'm in a long nap, so I can go as long as you want. You know how the original Bhagavatam class went for 7 days, 24. What's 24 times 7? 168 hours, is it? 24 times 7 is 160. Any mathematicians here? 24 times 7, 168 hours, isn't it? Let's see, 7 times 20 is 140. And I think it's 168 hours with Vishnu Bhagavatam. So I don't mind going to 168 hours if y'all are ready. I'm ready to, but we can call it quits now. If y'all are finished, I'm finished. Anything else? Any out in the back there? Anything? Anything from you? Any questions, objections, negative feedback or whatever?
No, I'm fine.
Any negative feedback? Your class is horrible. Any negative feedback? Anybody want to walk out and protest that I'm a horrible speaker, a horrible devotee, an abomination to this movement? I'm sure I am, but Prabhupada is tolerating me. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu ki
Oh, yeah.